All right, so in this video, I have a new pair of Air Jordan sneakers that I'm excited to actually get. This is one of those ones that was on my radar, as probably as everybody else, but it was one that I didn't think I was going to get, and then I actually hit on a pair early on Finish Line, and then I actually got a second pair from Hibbett Sports. I actually lucked out through the app and got a pair. Struck out on sneakers, but I did get a pair of these guys, Cherry Red or Varsity Red Air Jordan 11s. And this is a fun colorway. It wasn't in my top 10 sneakers of the year, but honestly, it's such a great colorway. And it's actually pretty dope that they released a pair of these in this colorway. Finally, we've never had a pair of Cherry 11s in the mid-top version. The Cherry 11 low-top version came out in 2001, I believe. And so this is the first time we've actually had one of these. It's a really fitting colorway for the model. Obviously, Jordan being the Chicago Bulls the entire career, having a red and white pair of Air Jordan 11s is definitely really nice. So this is a colorway, and I'm actually really happy that they released something like this because it's honestly one of those models where it's hard for them to retro every single year. It's the holiday release every single year. They have a lot of hype on the Air Jordan 11 all the time. We had the cool grays and, you know, the bread colorway, Space Jams with the 45 on the back. We had Concords, and then they have the 7210s and then the Gammas. And then there's the Jubilees that happened that honestly I totally forgot about. It was that much of a memorable shoe, but the colorway is actually super fire, super clean, super simple. You have the cap and gown. So there's a ton of different colorways of the Air Jordan 11. But frankly, it's kind of difficult to come up with new colorways of a coveted Air Jordan model, one where you don't want to fail the model too much because they don't release it all year round like say an Air Jordan 1 and Air Jordan 3 or some of the other models out there. They don't want to mess this one up. You know the Nike Dornbecker series where the kids get to design their own pair of sneakers? Usually one of the kids gets to design an Air Jordan. They've never done an Air Jordan 11 yet. I don't think Nike or Jordan brand is comfortable with giving up that model and letting a kid go crazy on it yet. Hopefully someday they will because we have so many other versions of the models already created. So an 11 would be awesome. Hopefully they'll do it eventually. But I feel like it's one of those models where they have a lot more tight-knit control over. And so I like the fact that they released something that is familiar to us. We have obviously the Cherries from 2001, the low top version. And I think the low top version is fairly coveted. However, the mids or the highs, if you're going to call them whatever you're going to call them, they're way more coveted than the low tops are usually. So I feel like this is a very natural progression to actually finally have a pair of these releasing. This isn't the first red Air Jordan. Obviously, there's the bread Air Jordan 11s, but there's also the Winlike 96 Air Jordan 11s that had a primarily red upper. And that one was kind of like a mellow exclusive PE that they kind of released. It wasn't exactly the same, but same sort of vibe. But this is a pretty welcome colorway. Now this is with the higher cut patent leather on the sides and the back of the shoe. Some of you guys might not know, but some of the older retros of the Air Jordan 11 weren't really true to the original. So the leather was actually lower cut on the side panels. I personally preferred that style versus the higher cut patent leather. Just overall, I think it looked better. But I didn't have a pair of these when they originally came out, so I don't have like a lot of OGs. The way my bank account was set up when I was a kid didn't really allow me to explore all the OGs and stuff. But it is a high cut patent leather on these. And then you do have the little hit right here of carbon fiber in the red and the black. I also like that traction pattern on the bottom in the red. And then you do have a red embroidered Jumpman on the side and then the 23 on the back. You do have the Jumpman Jordan on the side across the tongue. For those people that didn't know, it does say Jumpman Jordan. You have to read it sideways, but it does make sense with the Jordan in between. And then you do have a red liner on here as well. The one thing that I would say about the Air Jordan 11s in general, I tried these on literally one time and I already creased the back right here. Unfortunately, just putting them on, I wasn't being super careful. And being an old man like I am, it's hard to actually squeeze my foot in here and not bend down right here. But I did kind of crease the back section right here. So that's kind of like one of those things where it's like when you put on a pair of Jordan 11s, you're like, okay, it's going to crease there. It's going to crease right down here as well on the front of the toe box section. Part of wearing the sneakers is the creasing. However, I wish sometimes it wasn't the case. Sometimes I put in brand new pairs of other shoes and you don't get that crazy immediate crease. Even though it goes with the flow of the shoe, it's like a $200+ shoe and then you throw them on feet one time and you're like, the leather is so crappy, it literally just creases the entire thing back here. And that's just a side effect of them making like a million pairs of the shoe or whatever, however many hundreds of thousands of pairs of these that they made. In all sizes of these though, I didn't get my kids these this year. I definitely appreciate the look of them on feet. You know, just the Air Jordan 11 is just one of the greatest Air Jordan models, in my opinion. It's up there, as most people will tell you, with the Air Jordan 1s. 3s, 4s, and 5s. Those are kind of the ones that I've always been a fan of through the years. But what do you guys think about the Cherry Air Jordan 11s or the Varsity Red Air Jordan 11s? Is it something you guys try to get or not? Did you guys luck out and get a pair of them or not? Leave a comment and let me know. I also did want to point out the box. It is kind of more like the OG styling. However, it is wider. The OG boxes were like half size. They're super narrow. It does have the Nike Air branding on the box, and then it has the Air Jordan on the top. This one does say on the box Air Jordan 11 Retro, white, varsity, red, and black. For me, Air Jordan 11s fit true to size. That's just my personal take on the matter. But leave a comment, let me know what you guys think about the product. Did you guys cop them or not? Is it something that you guys struck out on? I don't think the resale prices are going to be anything crazy on them because they made so many pairs of them. But I do feel like it's a great colorway and one that I'm happy to be able to see. What colorway should they do next? I'm curious to see what they're going to do. I feel like the Columbias are probably going to be up again, like the Legend Blue or whatever they called them last time. But we'll see what ends up happening. But appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching. Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of the day. Hopefully we'll see you back for some more sneaker content. Hit that subscribe button if you want to come check out some of my other videos. All right, have a good one though. Peace, guys.